Honorable Chief Minister Sri Nefirio, his lady wife Madam Casario, Deputy Chief Minister Sri Y. Patton, former Chief Minister Sri T.R. Jeliam, members of the Cabinet, advisors, legislators, members of Parliament, chairperson of this evening event, the Chief Secretary, Jani Adam, members of the civil society, tribal bodies, senior officials of the central and state government. I am indeed, I and my wife, we are thankful to you all for this overwhelming love and affection that you have always bestowed on us. You organized this beautiful evening, memorable evening indeed. My association with the Naga people extends way beyond my coming here as governor or even as an interlocutor. And all through over 3 decades of association, I have benefited immensely by the inherent love, goodness, and affection which the people of this place bestow on a friend. Former Chief Minister T.R. Jeliam said that he might have, or they might have said something which might have hurt me. Your Honorable Chief Minister also said, I can assure you there was nothing. And there is a saying that if you don't quarrel, what kind of friend you are if you haven't quarreled? Honorable Chief Minister said about, am I going to a more civilized place? Somehow, I respectfully disagree with him because this place is no less civilized, maybe more civilized. Civilization is not, maybe in terms of industrial civilization, some places may be a little ahead. But in terms of the human civilization, in terms of human values, what we have in Nagaland, the people of Nagaland, in the rural areas of Nagaland is remarkable, unparalleled. And I for one, never for a moment feel comfortable when anyone says they are less civilized. No, it is. So, Honorable Chief Minister, with respect, I disagree with you. This is a wonderful people. My journey in life, when I started my association with these people, has been rich in experience, full of tales, and a great learning experience. As a governor, I tried to do something which I could, little bit, because my connect with the people is not merely official, is much more than that. And it is impossible for anyone to extricate Nagaland or Naga people from myself or my being, whether I'm here or anybody else or anywhere else. I feel sad when I see our people who are among the finest of human specimens, human race, still struggling for things which should have been here well before. As a governor, one has, being a constitutional head, has limitations, and rightly so. But as an advisor, as a well-wisher, I tried and tendered my advice as and when I felt I should, and acted wherever I thought I should act. Again, with only intention to bring some good to the people of Nagaland. You know, the former Chief Minister as well as the present Honorable Chief Minister mentioned about my role as an interlocutor. They mentioned about certain agreements. I think all that I did as an interlocutor is to bring the issue, the talk, from Osaka, Tokyo, Manila, Bangkok, Hague, Geneva, Netherlands, Rio de Janeiro, to the land and the people where it belongs. And that's what I thought I did, and made the people, the stakeholders involved in the process. It was not actually a negotiation, because the basic issue of sovereignty, Government of India has never ever negotiated and shall never ever negotiate. There shouldn't be any confusion about that. It was a peace process. It was a talking to people and trying to bring them around to realize the contemporary reality, appreciate it, and try to bring a decent closure to this long period of torment. Our two generations have suffered, third generation is in the grip of suffering. It must end. And when people say it is a very complex issue, I really wonder, is it so? And if it is complex, how complex it is? And why is it complex? You know, when some leaders from Naga Hills met Mahatma Gandhi on 21st of July 1947, about 3 weeks before British left India, and they said to Mahatma Gandhi that, look, India is forcing us to be part of it, we want independence. Before that, nearly 3 weeks before that, there was an understanding between the NNC and the Governor Assam. Following a resolution of NNC of April 1946, the organization was formed in February 1946, and 2 months later, in 1946 April, when British were almost, they had decided it was to leave India and they were set on partitioning India. They had conspired to bring this northeast India, give it to East Bengal, which would be part of East Pakistan. And there was a resentment in this region, and the leaders of Naga Hills, NNC, was a part of that. You know, when some leaders from Naga Hills met Mahatma Gandhi on 21st of July 1947, about 3 weeks before British left India, and they said to Mahatma Gandhi that, look, India is forcing us to be part of it. We want independence. Before that, nearly 3 weeks before that, there was an understanding between the NNC and the governor Assam. Following a resolution of NNC of April 1946, the organization was formed in February 1946, and 2 months later, in 1946 April, when British were almost, they had decided it was to leave India and they were set on partitioning India. They had conspired to bring this northeast India, give it to East Bengal, which would be part of East Pakistan. And there was a resentment in this region. And the leaders of Naga Hills, NNC, was a part of that. And they passed a resolution in April 1946 that Naga Hill district shall be part of Assam in free India with local self-autonomy. It is a matter of record. And then subsequent month they discussed with governor what should be that autonomy, local autonomy. And it was a culmination of that when 27th, 28th and 29th of June 1947, when governor was here in Kohima, an agreement was reached about autonomy, the nature of autonomy within free India. And subsequently, 3 weeks later, when some people went from here and talked to Mahatma Gandhi, what he told, it's all recorded by his private secretary, Pyarelal. It is a matter of history. When the gentlemen from here, they went and told Mahatma Gandhi that India is forcing us to be part of it and Nagas want to be independent. Mahatma Gandhi tried to persuade and say, what is independence? Nobody is independent because everyone is dependent on each other. And he tried to persuade that why not be part of India? And when they said no, and then Mahatma Gandhi said, well, if you so insist and you so desire, nobody can stop you. And thereafter, the gentleman said to Mahatma Gandhi that if violence breaks out in Naga Hills, if government of India forces, then Naga should not be blamed. And then Mahatma Gandhi warned him, in fact cautioned him. Never. Gentlemen, you are now changing the word. I am never with violence. Violence is destructive. He gave his own example, how India was liberated from the British rule. So he said, if you have your desire, you must be non-violent like me. And Nagas were united together till the Naga national movement remained non-violent. It was only on 6th of December 1955 at Julhami village where then President decided that we should go for military action. And it was in that meeting that NNC divided. People like T. Sakri, who was perhaps the brightest among all, Vizol, Jasoki, they all said, no, violence is destructive, we will not go for violence. And then they split. And then they formed NNC Reformation to bring the sense to hardliners that violence is not good for us. And what happened thereafter when Sakri was killed and then violence began, and that brought. So violence has been the one which has divided the Nagas. It has brought far more miseries on Naga people. Now today the core issue is not. They will say that solution will come. The government of India is not like a magician that will do the magic and like a solution, like a rabbit will come out of the box. Solution lies with people here, especially with the leaders. Do we continue to remain silent when people with a gun try to bring up to talk about negotiate, to do the talk? Look, I think violence must be abjured. And be sure, Government of India, and especially this government under this leadership, shall never ever agree to negotiate or concede politically with anyone with a gun. That to bring early conclusion, what is needed is the leadership of this place must break the silence and ambiguity over whether issues should be resolved through peaceful democratic process or holding a gun in one's hand. So long this dilemma, this issue is not, I'm not very sure what kind of future is going to come. And I'm sure God will show us the light, the wisdom, and the people who have been going through this ordeal, their ordeal would conclude sooner than later, and a happy dawn, a happy beginning will be made. All through, in my conduct, I have been guided by a verse in Bible, Ephesians 6:13, where it says, having done all to stand. What I thought best, what I thought right, I did, and I held my ground. And I will continue to do so. That guiding philosophy, that guiding faith, that keeps me going, and I only pray to God that it keeps helping me, He keeps guiding me to follow this path. Friends, for your love, for your affection, I am so grateful. My family, my wife, my children, my daughter, we are also grateful to you. We will always remain beholden to you for your love and affection. And in me, you will always find a forever friend and a well-wisher. Wherever I am, I will. I have never felt that I am not one among you. Never for a moment. And that's your greatness more than mine. My contribution. Thank you once again. God bless you all. God bless Nagaland. Jai Hind.